And at some point, I ran underneath the pipe that it was chained to. And in my memory, I remember this taking like half a second. I heard this big screech, like ee! And this monkey had jumped on top of me, and it was on my back. Hey YouTube, it's Kevin from Kevin in the Philippines. Check this out, look where I am today. We're up in the hills, the mountains of the Zamboanguita area, and you can kind of see the ocean behind me. It's so beautiful, and today I'm just going to check out a hot springs with my girlfriend and some friends. Just wanted to say hello, kamusta? Thanks for clicking on this video today, and let's go take a walk down this road and see if we can get to the hot springs. If you are new to the channel or this is your first time tuning in, we haven't met before. My name's Kevin. I grew up here in the Philippines, and back in the 80s and 90s I was a kid here and I went on a lot of fun adventures, and so I like to tell stories about those times. I also now live here part-time in what I call kind of a semi-retired state. I go back and forth between Dumaguete here in Negros and my home in Savannah, Georgia, where I work. Anyway, we're going to tell a fun story today about something that happened to me in the mid-'80s when I was a kid going to summer camp. And the summer camp was a place called Word of Life. It was a Christian camp in Laguna. And Laguna, if you're not familiar with that part of the Philippines, is a beautiful kind of mountainy jungle area. And this camp called Word of Life was really cool because they had a spring-fed swimming pool, like water just coming right out of the mountain feeding the swimming pool. And you know, just tons of stuff to do, sports, activities. You stayed in a cabin with your friends, your schoolmates. And anyway, this story takes place in the summertime, and the reason I remember it happening in the summertime was because I got a telegram. I got a telegram from my parents wishing me a happy birthday, and my birthday's in June, so it was just really funny. I think I was in like this big assembly hall having a meal or something, and you know, when you're a kid in school and someone shouts out your name, everyone turns around and is like, ooh, what happened? You know, you're in trouble. And they're like, oh, there's a telegram for you. And it was from my parents, and it was like, happy birthday, Kevin. And I think I still have that telegram, so I'll try to figure out which birthday that was, and therefore what year exactly this story happened. But excuse me. Anyway, so the owner. So one of the staff that worked at this camp, he had a pet monkey, and the monkey was kind of chained to a pipe between two trees. At least that's what I remember. And this monkey was not friendly. This monkey was mean. It was unhappy. It was angry, and I would be too probably if I was chained up and lost my freedom and couldn't live in the jungle anymore. But anyway, they said, yeah, you can play outside here, just be careful, guys, you know, don't go too near the monkey and you know, tease it and stuff. And they said, whatever you do, don't run underneath the pole or the pipe that's going across, because that'll make it upset. So you can imagine what's about to happen next. Having trouble finding this hot spring. In fact, I think I got lost, so I'm going back up the road that I just came down. But I'll continue the story. Don't worry, we will find the hot spring. I'll try to show it at the end of this video. Okay, so one of the staff members of the camp had this monkey, and it was really mean, and it was chained up. And one day, innocent young me was playing outside this house, this area where the monkey was chained up. And of course, I completely forgot about the monkey. And at some point, I ran underneath the pipe that it was chained to. And in my memory, I remember this taking like half a second. I heard this big screech, like ee! And this monkey had jumped on top of me, and it was on my back. Hold on a second, there's a guy on a motorcycle going by. No, hindi pa. Baka dito. Yeah, thank you. The gentleman on the bike was trying to help me figure out where the heck this hot springs is, but we will find it. Okay, in a matter of a second, this monkey had jumped on me and it was on my back, and I guess it was really upset and angry about being chained up and denied its freedom, and decided to let out all its frustrations on me in that moment, and it bit me in the back. And I was like, ah! And obviously I was terrified. Boy, this just does not look right. This is like someone's house. All right, lost in the Philippines. It's happening live. Yeah, the owner had warned us, don't run underneath this pipe that the monkey was chained to, because he's gonna jump in, and he did. So anyway, I was terrified. I kept running though, and I think obviously eventually it only had so much chain, and so it jumped off my back or left me. And I was all scared and everything. Oh, I got bit by the monkey. And I gotta stop though and recognize that I did feel kind of sorry for it, because it was chained up, and it was like, no wonder it was so upset. Oh, there's a path here. Check this out. Right here. Listen, see if you can hear it. Yeah, I hear water. All right, we'll discover it together in this video just for fun. Where was I? God, I keep getting off track. Okay, so the monkey attacked me. I felt bad for it. And to this day, I don't like monkeys. I really don't. I don't think they're cute. I don't think they're fun. I don't want to pet them. I don't want to see them. In fact, here in Dumaguete, in an area up in the mountains and by Valencia, there's a little area where you can see wild monkeys. You just follow this road by the rocky river that goes up, and there's this area where you can see the monkeys and feed them and stuff. I never stop there. I do not like monkeys. And by the way, I'm not trying to shame all monkeys and say that they're all bad and evil, but this one definitely was. But yeah, to this day I don't like them. And I was telling the story to a couple friends of mine the other day, and they said, well, obviously you're still alive, so that must mean that you didn't get rabies or some kind of disease. And then of course they're right. I think because it was a pet, it must have had its shots or what do you call it, vaccines or whatever for things like that. So, oh, I really hear the water now, guys. So yeah, I'm still alive even after the monkey attack. I didn't die, and I didn't get rabies. And later, years later I guess, I never found out what happened to this thing, but I'm guessing that it eventually lived out its days and died miserable, angry, and evil. And probably attacked a few more kids. All right, check this out. We're going down a hill now. So it's a little bit steep, but we're getting closer and closer to this water, a side trail. Wow, speaking of monkeys, it almost sounds like there's monkeys in the trees right now. Listen to that. Oh, no, that's water in one of the water pipes. They're always routing water up in these mountains and piping it everywhere, and a lot of the black water pipes have leaks in them, so they don't exactly seal well, and they make little hissing weird noises. Okay, if there was a takeaway for this video, I guess the obvious one would be careful around wild animals, especially when you've been warned not to get near one that might be angry or, could pounce on you and bite you, right? So that's a good takeaway. Let's be careful in nature, guys. Here I am hiking in nature right now, and this is where wild things are. Don't even get me started about snakes in the Philippines. I don't have a fear of snakes. I have a healthy respect for snakes, but that's going to have to be a topic for a different video because this one's about the monkey attack. But yeah, let's be careful. Be careful around wild animals and especially monkeys. Okay. Ooh, it's warm. All right, leave a comment below if you were ever bit by an animal when you were growing up. It could have been a pet, it could have been just something that you saw out in the wild, I don't know. But leave a comment below if you got attacked by a wild animal or got bit by an animal when you were growing up. And I would be interested to hear those stories. So I know I'm not alone, I'm not the only one. All right, I'm gonna keep looking for this hot spring, and when I find it, I'll show you at the end of this video, because you guys kind of went along with me on this journey, and there should be a reward at the end, right, for all your hard work. All right, if you found this video entertaining in any way or interesting, do me a favor, give it a like. I really appreciate it. It helps me grow my channel, and I'll keep telling stories about the Philippines and posting, trying to post a little bit more regularly. And I thank you for watching this video, and I will see you again soon, and I will say thanks and mabuhay. All right, guys, bye. Yes, finally found it.